concerns here?
My concern is that if this defendant is convicted, it's going to be overturned on appeal because of juror misconduct. You can't go back and start debating the evidence when you're not supposed to. The judge told you you're not supposed to, and they go ahead and they can taint the proceedings before you're ever supposed to talk to each other. And then there's a possibility of introducing extrajudicial evidence into the case. I know that one juror said she watched court TV, and that's great for ratings. I mean, kudos to her.
No. I don't think she watched court TV. Her parents, the parents did. The parents did. I want to say hi, hi, Mom and Dad. I hope you're watching tonight as well. But she did.
Right. But she learned about it.
Yes.
And and she said, "Oh, I just knew about the composition of the jury, men and women." Yeah, okay, that's all you learned. I don't believe that.
Okay, Michael. The interesting part of this is after they found out what they were talking about, prosecutors wanted to bounce one of the jurors because it looks like one of those jurors is seriously questioning the credibility of one of the key witnesses for prosecutors. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I can't believe a prosecutor would want to get rid of a juror that doesn't agree with them. Shocking. But Vinny, I mean, what's troubling here more than, what actually occurred is the fact that these jurors violated their oath. And that's what's really concerning here for me is that, they did things that you could be held in contempt of court for. The judge gave them very specific instructions. They each swore an oath. They each took the oath to uphold the law, to follow the judge's instructions, and they violated that oath. And, for me, it's troubling because here you have one of the most important things happening in our system of justice, and that is being judged by your fellow citizen. And if they can't follow their simple oath of office, which is to, be impartial, to follow the judge's instructions, to not, get extrajudicial statements, to do what you swore you would do, then to me that becomes troubling as to whether or not you have a fair and impartial jury. And when someone's liberty is on the line, I think there's nothing more important in our justice system.
Yeah, but if they come back tomorrow and say not guilty, they'll be like, oh, yes, no problem, because prosecutors can't appeal it, right? Holly, I'm going to look at this half full, okay? I know they didn't follow the rules, but we have some honest jurors who were self-reporting when someone mentioned something, and that's good, right?
It is, and I painstakingly watched all 90 minutes of Judge Ward's questioning of each one of these jurors, and actually the questionable comment from this very talkative juror had to do with his I call it like a my cousin Vinny moment that I think this juror had, where I think he was just trying to kind of show that he was interested in the fact that witness Boyette claimed that she was an eyewitness to the crime, but she didn't have glasses on the stand. And honestly, if that's all that was said, I don't really think that rises to the level of the discussion of the credibility of that particular witness. And I believe that Judge Ward did an excellent job of rehabilitating every single one of those jurors and questioning them as to whether or not the glasses comment really swayed their opinion as to the credibility of that witness. And I don't want to jump ahead, but I think that witness had other credibility issues that didn't involve her glasses.
All right. And what did you think about the Utes?
I mean,
the two Utes.
I mean, I feel like if the prosecution had one eyewitness and it was the woman who's going to say, I saw Erin Robinson hit Mr. Ortiz first, you would really want her to stand up to the cross-examination that is going to occur. And instead, she had to take a break, and she seemed to forget every single thing on cross-examination, which in my mind as a juror is way more concerning as to whether or not she's wearing bifocals or not as she's talking to jurors. So there were other problems with that witness, in my opinion. And I'm going to take the opinion that this issue isn't really one that rises to the level of mistrial, nor is talking to your parents about court TV.
No, you should always be talking about court. Well, no, not when you're on the jury, though.
With your parents.
So